Hello and welcome to another edition of Nightline. Tonight, well, we've got a lot of things to talk about, and joining me as usual is Rick Fletcher. How are you doing this evening?
Tired. It was a long week, but it was a fun and productive week, Jim.
It was a long week.
So we enjoyed it. We got a few things we got to go over tonight, let everybody know what's going on. So we'll get into some deeper discussions here later on about some of the things we've been doing with our live stream that we tried, and I think we're successful with that, and hopefully we'll do more of that. Well,
let's start off with Damsels.
Yep, they were at Hamilton Southeastern, and they finished fourth, that's a good showing for them. You know, moving up the charts, so to speak. Tracy said they're you know what? They're progressively getting better, and that's all you can ask at this point. Her comment was the kids just need to relax a little bit, and that's like anything. You know, if you relax, you play better, you perform better, everything is better. So they're getting their season's moving right along here. So they've got a state competition coming up that they have to qualify for.
So they got a state qualifier coming up, and I believe in that they have to finish in the top 10.
Actually, they have to finish 20 for Damsels and the color guards. They got to finish in the top 20 to qualify for state. That state's going to be March 26th at Center Grove High School, I believe.
Oh wow!
This weekend. They're headed to, I can't remember where that is. We might have to ask Tracy. But you can ask one of the Damsels where they're going to be, where they're headed and that type of thing. But, let's try to get a cheer block there. That's what we've always tried to do. So, congratulations to them. They are getting better. They're a good color guard team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Northeastern's a small school, and we produce a lot of good talent like this. That's awesome. So go get them, Damsels. Go to Facebook. You can see their page. They have a page that keep everybody up to date. So if you need information, you'll also see their performance because there's somebody posting it on Facebook.
Oh, yeah. There's always someone with a camera someplace.
Yeah, there is. So you can see that right there.
Well, drumline.
Break up the drum line, I think.
The drum line sitting back on that 0-2 pitch and drives another one out of the ballpark. 3 first place in a row.
Well, I don't know how you can get better.
4, Rick. That's what I said last week.
You gotta keep going.
So now we go to 4.
All right, they're also headed very soon. They'll be at a state competition. They're going to have to qualify. So they went to Franklin Community and first place. I mean, I don't know what you can say.
Wow.
And they've got a lot of talented kids on that drum line. And if you could see drum line, if you've never been, you need to go see a drum line competition. It's a lot of fun, and these kids are talented. So we've learned mallets. At least we've gotten that far.
We're learning some things. In fact, one thing about this show, if nothing else, we have learned a lot of different things.
Yeah, so let me tell you about what Tom said. He said they've added some things. Kids are working hard. He's very proud of them. He should be. Yes. I mean, first place, it's not always about where you're placed, but being first doesn't hurt, in my opinion. So this week, they're going to be at Pendleton Heights, which isn't that far down the road here from us. So they'll be at Pendleton Heights. And the top 10 go to states. And that state competition, I don't know where it is. You'll have to call Tom or the school, but it's going to be March 19th, will be the following week. So congratulations to those guys. This is exciting. This is great for them. I'm sure they're all excited. And what you see with Drumline, you get a dedicated, and Damsels the same way, you get a dedicated following of fans and parents. And as a matter of fact, with Damsels, if I can go back to them, you've got, Dale and Lori Carr.
Yeah.
They don't have any kids in there anymore, but they're still hanging in there. So the Adams family, they're,
Boom.
Well, we got
there we go.
Sherry and her husband. They still participate, even though I think Stacy, she helps out, but So that it's great. It's just once it's in their blood, they can't get it out, and I can understand that. So
well, like I told Tom Christ, you're in the business of winning, and business is good.
Business is real good.
It is real good.
So they just got to keep that stock flowing high. They're on a buy right now. They're on a recommended buy list. Yeah. So good for them, guys. Good luck.
Yep.
Congratulations so far. Good luck in the future. There's more to come.
Well, let's talk cheerleading real quick.
Well, right now, the cheerleaders are getting ready for that TEC competition. Yeah. We had cheerleaders. Yeah. We saw that Knights of the Round Table, and they told us all about it. And that just made me want to go support them even more.
Yeah.
Okay, so on Monday night, they'll have a preview of their routine. I believe it's either 6 or 6:30, but check with the school. It'll be right here at the high school. So you'll get a chance to see what their routine's going to be like and probably chat with the cheerleaders, or maybe they'll serve cookies and punch or something that.
Well, it's cookies and punch. I'm there.
Yeah.
We'll take a look at that.
I don't know if they're doing that.
Well, now, see, you can't lead me on, Rick.
Well,
I've got to have the hardcore stuff here that is going to be cookies and punch, maybe some cake.
Cake. I'm just making a suggestion. If there's a cheerleading mom watching this, that would be good for business.
Yeah.
And that would be good to get people there. What it'll also be is they'll probably sell some stuff. If not, then maybe they should sell some T-shirts or whatever. I think they do have T-shirts that they sell to raise money. Everybody needs money. And
everybody needs it.
Everybody needs a T-shirt.
Yeah.
So get over there and see that.
Now, when is it? The competition is Tuesday night at Lincoln. Is that right?
That's the big show Tuesday night. Gates open at 6, and our understanding is you better be there at 6 if you want a good seat. So get there. The competition doesn't start till 7, and what we've been told, Jerry, now we're not on the inside, but we have inside sources that have told us it's very competitive.
It's very competitive, and I can only imagine. I mean, if all 9 squads are there, I imagine it's going to be tooth and nail.
Cheer block. You guys have been great all year.
Yeah.
And this is specifically from the cheerleaders themselves. You guys need to show up, and you need to be loud, because, judges can be swayed, I think, maybe by loud noise. I don't know. They have their criteria. We don't know what the criteria is, but, as far as judging. But that's going to be Tuesday night at 7 o'clock at Lincoln High School. Be there, support these cheerleaders. They've worked hard all year, and this is their show. And this is where they're going to get their chance to shine.
Well, I'm not going to use the phrase, and we'll let the cat out of the bag.
All right.
But we are working on some things on the backside of this cheerleading competition that, we really can't say anything about now. But who knows?
Who knows?
You maybe want to watch your parents square and all that stuff, because there might be an announcement.
Might be. We don't know. We just started working on this 5 minutes ago.
5 minutes ago.
And
so who knows?
We got to get all our ducks in a row, but, we're doing our best. I'm going to say this, live stream. Don't know if that means anything, but no guarantees.
Yeah.
But we're trying to get our ducks in a row. So, anyways, good luck to the cheerleaders.
Yes, absolutely.
And I have to say about our cheerleading Knights of the Round Table, that was a lot of fun. These girls were great.
We had a good time.
We certainly did. So, cheerleading, good luck to you guys, and go get them.
Well, let's head to the elephant in the room.
Well, the elephant, that would be boys basketball.
Boys basketball. And, Tuesday night game against Shenandoah is a wild finish in overtime. Ben Deitch hits one from around 23, 24 feet in overtime as a game winner at the buzzer.
At the buzzer.
Yeah.
All right, so first of all, we got quite a bit to talk about here, okay? First of all, let's talk about our live stream team.
Yeah.
Then we'll get into the game.
Oh, absolutely,
okay?
yeah.
So we tried something different this time. We used Anna Drake and Lauren Lacey as student reporters. I'm going to tell you, Jerry, they did a fantastic job.
Oh, absolutely. I watched some of those, and they were great. They did a great job.
What you have to understand is Anna and Lauren, they never did this.
No.
They were like you and me when we first started. We never did any of this. We just showed up, got on the mics, and off we went. They never did any of this, and they were great right out of the gate. And I want to give a shout out to every coach in that sectional from all the teams. They were very accommodating.
Absolutely. The coaches were more than happy to have the girls interview them, take up a minute and a half. I know it was a busy time for them.
Right.
But they took the time, and that's great because it shows that the coaches of the other schools were still interested in the young student, that maybe this might turn into a career for them. You never know.
You never know. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on. It doesn't have to be on ESPN. You can just do your local live stream like we do. You can be a YouTuber, I guess. I don't know how that works, but there's all kinds of opportunity. And I will say this for Anna, okay, she's going to Ball State. And
chirp chirp.
Yeah, well, she now is telling me that she's got an interest in Ball State's got a great program, so she's gonna explore that for herself.
Excuse me.
And I'm hoping things work out great for her because she's got a lot of talent. Lauren did a great job too, and good news about that. She's only a freshman, so we're gonna use her. And Cammie Angie was behind the scenes running the camera, so we appreciate all that she did. So, and Jacob Chastain, we got to mention him. He was on camera all those games.
All 7 games.
And it's a long haul. You got to sit there, and you and I were kind of worn out after each night. Okay, so they were there and they did that, and they all did a fantastic job. So congratulations to you. It was a lot of fun, and it added a lot to our life.
Absolutely.
Stream. And that's what we'll try to do.
And we had a lot of positive comments from parents of other schools coming up and saying, hey, man, it was great that you did all this. Grandma living in Sarasota got to watch, and her grandson's senior year. So, I mean, and that's what we really do this for.
Well, we were aware of that. Okay, you and I, and we're Northeastern homers. We want Northeast to win every single time. But I will say this: we try to be fair.
Yeah.
Okay, when we do these games, we understand they're just high school kids, and so we try to be fair to everybody. We understand Grandma from Knightstown's got a grandson playing. She's watching from Florida. She wants to hear about her grandson, so we try to bring that in there as far as other schools, especially in a sectional.
Yeah.
And they were good enough to let us come down to Hagerstown to do it. Oh. So that's what we tried to do, and I think we were successful at that.
Yeah, I think it was a very great success of getting everybody in and talking about everybody, and all the coaches got on, and and the other thing is, we were bringing players up from the winning team and doing post-game interviews with them. And what got me was the number of people that was standing around with their cell phones out filming it, that this person is on, the live stream with, Two Old Guys Productions.
Well, Jerry, that's probably the best thing we do.
Yeah.
Because the parents love it.
Yeah.
And the kids love it. And you know who else loves it? You and me.
Yeah.
We love to bring these kids up there and just talk with them. They're easy to talk to. So we had kids from Eastern Hancock, Knightstown, Lincoln. Yep. One of our favorite players, Logan Vance from Lincoln, okay, he came up, and so these guys came up. They were all accommodating, and they loved it. Now they can go to the live stream on the IHSAA network, and they can see it.
Yeah.
And that's forever there, probably.
Forever and ever.
So it was great. I think we had a very successful sectional as far as with the work we were doing. Now let's talk about the basketball.
Well, so Tuesday play Shenandoah. And that game, you and I thought it was probably going to be closer than what people thought.
Yeah, the Knights won the regular season by 30. That was not, you and I going into this game, we knew that wasn't happening again.
Yeah.
It was going to be a dogfight, and that's the way we felt. You got Shenandoah, a seasoned sectional winner. They weren't going out, they were going to go out fighting.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And that's exactly what happened.
It was exactly what happened. That game was tooth and nail the whole time, back and forth. I think the biggest lead in that game might have been 6 points.
Yeah.
At any point in time.
And that was early in the game.
And that was early in the game. And then it all came down to, and this is one thing that, not to take away from anybody, but I always say sometimes you can score too early.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what happened.
And that's what happened. The door was open, and Shenandoah drove to the basket, made it, and left about 8 to 12 seconds.
Well, it's about 15 seconds.
15.
Enough time to come down the court.
And the Knights come down the floor and work the ball just momentarily. And, in 12 seconds is like an eternity.
A long time. It's a long time.
Until you pass the ball a couple times.
Yeah.
And then it becomes pretty quick.
Got to get a shot
And
off.
so then Deitch gets himself out there about 23, 24 feet. Nobody to pass to. The clock's sitting at about 3. And so he says, well, I'm just going to shoot it. And Ben launches it.
Buried it.
And it goes in, and the place went absolutely insane.
There are kids and professionals, really, that play their entire career of basketball and never have a moment like that. Ben Deitch, if he never plays another basketball game in his entire life, he has that moment. 10 years from now, he'll wake up, middle of the night, married, 3 kids. He's a big shot lawyer somewhere on Wall Street or something, whatever Ben is doing, okay? And he's going to look back at that moment as a special time in his career. Forever, he's going to have that. So I'm happy for Ben. The sectionals didn't turn out like we wanted, but for that one moment in time, it was a great moment.
Well, and every kid sits around out in the garage, or not in the garage, but out in the yard, dribbling that basketball, going 4, 3, 2, and they take the shot. It goes in. Hey, I just won won this, and so that was a cool thing.
It was a very cool thing. So I would, if you guys want to go to the IHSAATV.org, search Northeastern, you can find that replay of that game. Just scroll ahead to about an hour and 53 minutes and a few seconds, and you can watch that last sequence. You can see the whole thing. You can see our reaction.
Yeah.
And it was just a very special moment, and, good for Ben. We were happy for him. So that was that game. Got that Shenandoah monkey off their back early, and you knew they were going to have to do that. Then they went and they played Knightstown on Friday night.
Yeah, and a much improved Knightstown team.
Absolutely improved.
Much improved from when they played them previously. Knightstown was able to some perimeter shooting much better. Defensive rebounding obviously was much better for them. So that was a good test, and obviously Raiden Faust had a minor injury, and he really wasn't playing as much as he normally would. So that factors in a little bit. But still, Knightstown, a much, much improved team.
They are. The Knights came out, and again, Raiden didn't play as much as he normally would because he had a tender ankle. All right, so they sat him out purposely. But the Knights won by double digits, like 13 or 14 points. Kudos to Knightstown. They were scrappy.
Oh, yes.
Right? And they're a young team. They've got some talent coming back, and I would think their coach was very pleased with the effort that they gave.
Absolutely.
And when you're in a tournament, Jerry, the name of the game is win and go on.
Yeah.
And that's what you want to do, and that's exactly what happened. The Knights won that game, and they went into the next night in the championship game. So they accomplished that goal, and then we go to Saturday night.
Well, I was not there on Saturday night.
Yeah.
I was up in Toledo.
So I had Mark Kirkhoff was my broadcast partner. Let me set the scene for you. We got there at 6 o'clock, 6:15. They opened the doors, and people started flooding in already. Okay? And by the time that game got, even before, probably 15 to 20 minutes before, that's when we went on with our broadcast. The place was electric. It was packed on both sides. Eastern Hancock, they showed up, and the Knights family, the Knights Nation, we showed up also. So it was loud right from the beginning, the opening tip. Mark and I, you know how the broadcasts are.
Yeah.
We have our headphones on, sitting right next to each other. We could barely hear each other.
Wow.
I mean, if I didn't have my headphones on, I would not have been able to talk to him just as a normal conversation because it was loud right from the get-go.
Wow.
And that crowd was fantastic. Just what you expect to see in a championship sectional game. And so Eastern Hancock, they kind of easily got through their first two games by by 30 to 40 points. And they came rolling out, ready to play. Everybody expected these two teams to go to the championship game. Eastern Hancock, they started right from the get-go and shooting threes, Jerry. That team can shoot.
Not like they couldn't shoot threes in the first two games.
Oh, they shot them in every game. That's what they've been doing all year. You talk to their coach, Aaron Spalding, that's their game.
Yeah.
All right? They're a perimeter shooting team. And that's exactly what they did. They shoot probably 38% as a team from three-point range, and that's a good percentage for a high school team.
That's astronomical for high school.
That is good. Yeah. One of their kids, the O'Neill kid, Landon O'Neill, he's a senior. He shoots like 45% from three, and he was doing the same thing there. So that game was a tale of two halves. The Knights got down early. They were battling, but just, turnovers killed us in the first half. 13 first half turnovers.
Oh, wow.
Only 3 for Eastern Hancock. And they were down by 15 at the half. That's a tall mountain to climb.
Yes, it is.
Okay? So, and the Knights just couldn't get into their game plan. We were thinking, Mark and I, the game plan was going to be to pound it inside because the Knights had a height advantage.
Yeah.
They could take advantage of Raiden Faust and Peyton Lumpkin. All right, Peyton plays bigger than his 6'3",
Yeah.
I think, but they just couldn't get it down in there in the first half. So Eastern Hancock dominated. All right, so we're thinking what's going to go in the second half. Well, right off, it's about an 8-0 run. Eastern Hancock, they're up by 23.
Oh, wow.
Very early in the third quarter, with probably 3 minutes left. The Knights woke up. They absolutely started pounding the ball inside. Things they needed to be doing in the first half, they started doing at that point, down by 23, and they crawled and they scratched and they hustled and they played defense. All the things we've seen all year from them. That was the Knights team that we saw from that point forward. So they were able to literally whittle that from 23 at that point. End of the third quarter, they were down by 11. All right, now 11's a big mountain to climb.
Yeah.
It's a lot less than 23.
Yep.
And momentum was trending toward the Knights. And again, the fourth quarter was a little bit of back and forth, but you were sensing, what you were seeing is Raiden Faust. Okay, Raiden Faust. I don't know if his ankle hurts today. It has to, but he was taking that ball to the hoop and he was playing the game. If he wasn't making the shots, he was going to the free throw line. So he was doing the things that he needed to be doing. Peyton Lumpkin battling inside, picking up the trash sometimes. If Raiden didn't make it, there's Lumpkin making the two-pointer. So they battled, got it down to as little as 7. All right, so now you're in shouting distance, and there was time left on the clock too. You got all the momentum was on their side, and they had a chance to, I think, knock it to either 4 or 5, depending on the shot that they could hit. They weren't able to do it. Back comes Eastern Hancock at that point. It was just a matter of they got to make their free throws. Yeah. They made their free throws. Yeah. Landon O'Neill, that young kid that I told you about earlier, I don't know how many he made down the stretch, but he made them all. Oh. There was a bunch of them, or he made most of them.
Yeah.
So they were able to seal the lid on that game. But I'm going to tell you, Jerry, for those seniors, you got Lumpkin, Peyton Lumpkin, Raiden Faust, and Ben Deitch. Nothing to be ashamed of.
No.
Eastern Hancock's going to be a good representative for this for this sectional, and they're going to have a chance in the
Yeah.
regional. So you shoot the ball like they do, and they're going to have a good chance. It was disappointing to lose. You want to win. The Knights gave it their all. They didn't leave anything out there. They were battling right down to the last 8 seconds of the game. Even down at that point, they were down by 11 or 13. They were battling still. I was proud of the effort they put in. So I'm going to congratulate the seniors on a great career. They really did. Raiden's going on to play ball at IU East. I think his best basketball is probably ahead of him, Jerry.
Well, and it usually is.
Yeah.
I mean, for most of them, when they go to the college level, that's usually where the next step is and everything.
So these three guys, we've watched them grow up here, and they've turned into fine young men. Their parents should be proud of them, and I know we're proud of them. I know Knights Nation is proud of them. So next year, looking ahead, we got a lot coming back. You know, we could find ourselves in a similar spot. We'll see how it works out. These things, you know, you got to work them out. You know, you're starting in the summer and working your way through. But we do have a big junior class and a lot of contributors from that junior class. So,
and we got some freshmen. There'll be some incoming freshmen. It's going to help.
Yeah.
You know, and you got some guys on that JV team that's going to step up. They get a little taller, a little more beef on them.
Well, you're going to get a guy like Michael Henry. He'll find himself on varsity next year, probably only. And so again, he's just 1 year in the program. He'll be more experienced, more mature. So I look for next year to be a very competitive team. They won't have Raiden Faust, the big guy in the middle. I don't know. Maybe he'll come from somewhere. All right. Maybe we'll see Sam White grow 6 inches.
Well, you never know.
But you never know. But you know, you should be excited. I'm sure Coach Brent Ross, he'll have his team ready to go. They're defending TEC champions, and they'll compete for that again next year. So
well, we want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors.
Yes.
For the sectional, which was Farm Bureau Insurance, Brian Maurer and Corey Baker.
They've been with us all year. Knights of the Round Table, Nightline. So they've been ready with us from the beginning. And go ahead.
And also Harmon Sheds, right?
Yeah, Joe Harmon. He's on Facebook. If you go to search out Harmon Sheds on Facebook, you'll find him there. And you know, if you need a shed, give Joe a call. He'll fix you up. You know, he's got some great sheds. I've seen them already. You know? And
then we also had, it's slipping me right now.
Reynolds Plumbing and Heating.
Plumbing,
And I've got to get a shout out to those guys. Like I was telling you, they came to my house. I had Luke from Reynolds Plumbing and Heating came to my house fixing a few things I've been neglecting for probably a year. But he's got everything's running. The flushers are working. The water's running. Everything's perfect now. So we're happy about that. So.
And then we also had some individual donors, some parents and so forth.
Yeah, I want to thank all you guys. You guys stepped up in a big way, and we really appreciate it. Future of our live stream broadcast, I think, is going to be good, Jerry.
Yeah,
I think it's great. It's going to expand. We got some big things. We don't know exactly yet.
We also started getting some more students wanting to be involved.
Oh, that's the best thing.
And that's what we want. We want the students involved.
Yeah, you and I have big dreams for the live stream, okay? Part of it is involving students.
Yeah.
Part of it is maybe doing more live streams. You know, we'd like to get a lot of things involved. So we've got big ideas. Next year, I think we're going to see a change in format. We're hoping to advertising and get more sponsors. We'll hear more about that down the road and how we're going to do that.
Yeah.
And I think we'll have some people that are very interested in helping us out.
Yep.
And so it's been an experiment for us the last couple of years. We got a little bit better this year at it, I think.
Absolutely.
And shout out to Steve Luby. Without Steve Luby, we're not in business. I can tell you that right now, because I don't know how to run that thing, that computer. He took care of everything because there was something different that had to happen for the sectionals.
Yep.
And Steve took care of all of that. We also have a shout out to my wife Tamara. She came in and helped out. Linda Johnson, thanks to her, she was there all year. She was also there during the sectionals, and I've already mentioned Anna Drake Lauren Lacey and Cammie Angie for the sectionals. You know, come on back, girls, when you're, especially the freshmen. We'll put you to work, right? Yeah. We'll have things for you to do. And we've had other students express an interest. We'll find a place. We'll get this worked out the best way that we can. But we're getting better at it. And I think we're getting a little more organized.
Yep.
And we're hoping that in the future we can do better with everything that we're doing. Yep. So it's been a lot of fun.
Well, Rick, I think we've
time to take a breath.
We ran our 30 minutes here tonight. Yes. So I think we're about done. And again, congratulations to the Damsels and to Drumline, and good luck to the cheerleaders and their competition.
Archery, we got to mention archery.
Oh, yeah, that's right, archery.
I think that's this coming weekend there at the campground.
Yeah.
Not the campground, the fairgrounds in Indianapolis. Yeah. So, again, we were unable to get any information on that because we had a busy week. But we at least want to give them a shout out. The archers are going to the state fairground in Indianapolis this Saturday. They start at 7 a.m. Oh. So that's an early riser for those guys.
That's it.
So good luck to them. Yeah. We'll get some results and see what happens with that. So.
And thanks to boys basketball for another good season.
It was a great season. Yep. They finished 19-6. That's nothing to hang their head. Yep. And, you know, the future still looks bright for Northeastern basketball.
Well, for Rick Fletcher, I'm Jerry Middleton, and it's been another good night.